Hello. Good evening, everyone. It is your host, Skinny, here. It's good to be back on the air. It's been a little while since Covidtown's been on the air, but it's good. Lots of interesting stuff's happened. It's a good time. This is your usual weekly show, so we got some good music coming for you. We got some call-ins later on. We got lots of exciting stuff. But until then, sit back, and just enjoy the music. We have got lots of exciting things to cover this evening. Now, I'll just run you through some things that we're going to go over today. So we're going to go over the latest government advice from the government of Covidtown. As you know, they released it today. Some really interesting stuff in there, some really new stuff. We're going to look at that. Also, a local advice. We're going to cover the mayor that's missing at the minute, and the thing about the door knockers as well. So waiting for that. Later on in the show, we're going to be taking some call-ins from some viewers regarding our topics of discussions today. We're talking about the hate raves that are going on. You guys have heard about the hate raves and all the kissing parties. You guys know about the kissing parties? Have you been to a kissing party? Let us know. But until then, chill out. So on the line, I think we have. Am I right in saying is it Sandra?
Yes, it's Sandra. Yes, it's Sandra here.
That's fantastic. Hello, Sandra. You wanted to speak to us about your experience with the kissing parties.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with the kissing parties, I went to one I did. It's about 3 or 4 weeks ago it was. It wasn't bad, it's like what they read about in the papers. It's like what they write about in the papers and all that. Everyone just sits around
In a circle?
in a circle. Yeah, we just sit around in a circle. And, it just happens. We don't want it to. We know it's wrong, especially with all the advice, but, you know, it's the right thing to do, isn't it? You just can't help it sometimes. You just can't help it.
Are you saying it's a bit like an addiction almost?
Well, it's a bit like an addiction, yeah, but not really. It's just like a club, in it, that everyone just does it. You get it, right? Yeah? You understand with the kissing parties. You get it.
I personally don't really understand them, but I know there's a lot of people out there who do. Whether you agree or disagree with Sandra, um, we would love to hear your thoughts. But until then, this is Presidentator by Anonymous 420.
I'd just like to say, I think these kissing parties, they're just absolutely wrong. I'll go as far as to say I think they're bloody disgusting.
You think they're disgusting? Sorry, what was your name? I didn't get your name.
My name's Roy. I'm from the outskirts of Covidtown. Yeah, I've lived there all my life, really. We've come across lots of sort of things like this, but never as bad as this.
Oh, so this is this quite a bad one, in your opinion?
Yeah, it's bloody awful. I think it's bloody disgusting, if you ask me. People, it's just, the whole concept of it is just wrong. Now, back in my day, women used to wear dresses so long they'd trip over them. They used to have their hair so long they could fashion sort of stuff like cutlery into them. And they all used to sort of wear glasses because they didn't see very well. It's just sort of the time it was. But now you got these bloody kissing parties. Everyone going around doing who knows what with who and where and when. I just think it's awful. If my mum were alive today and thank the Lord she still is. She's 192. She'd be disgusted. Obviously, she's blind and deaf and she can't see anything, or she can't breathe either. But if she could, she'd be disgusted.
I see, Roy. Thank you for phoning in. We really appreciate sort of the people like yourself getting, and people the people who aren't usually the demographic for Covidtown Pirate Radio sort of getting involved, and we appreciate that. Honestly, we really do. Yeah, so guys, keep those calls coming. Keep those calls coming. And until then, here's another bloody song. So, as you guys all know, if you've been keeping up to date with anything happening in the world in a minute, obviously the event that's happened recently has caused quite a lot of us to panic. But don't fear. The wonderful government of Covidtown, the wonderful council, has released some new guidance. I haven't really had a chance to look at it at the minute. A lot of people are quite upset about it. But yeah, you know, the usual radios and stuff that sort of Covidtown, the municipality there, endorsed. They can't really speak about this stuff. That's why I had to resort to the Covidtown private radio, which you guys all managed to tune into, which is fantastic. Obviously, you know the frequency we're on. So let's see, the government advice so far, the official government advice from Covidtown, it starts just simply with one word, as I'm reading here. It just says scream. I don't know, they might be thinking scream, you should scream to let everyone know that, you know, you're worried, or you might have it, or I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea, but that's what it is. Scream. You've got, it's a 5-point plan. Your second point is gaze into the void that is the futility of human existence. That's official advice. Gaze into that void that's the futility of human existence. There we are. Second point. Third point, they've gone lighter. It says bake a cake. I don't need to explain that. Fourth point merely says exploit the vulnerable, which is fantastic for everyone but the vulnerable, I guess. There we are. And the last point they've kind of like scrawled it in crayon at the bottom of the advice leaflet. It just says, kill yourself before it all gets worse. Wouldn't endorse that. Wouldn't endorse any of that, really, apart from maybe the third point, which was bake a cake. Yeah, that's the advice they're giving. What do you guys think of the advice? Our usual our usual number. Just call in whatever, call in whenever, and our producer will put you through. But until then, Energy Fix by Computer Music All Stars. And there we are. I think we have a caller on the line. Right, who's let's have a little look.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Yeah, you're live. You're live on the radio. On Covidtown Pirate Radio. What do you have to say?
Yes. Yes. It was about the thing you spoke about before the last song, actually, about the advice the government gave out, the five steps of advice.
Yep, I'm fully aware of those. What do you have to say? And what's your name, by the way?
My name's Michael McMichael. Well, it's about the third point, actually. It's about the third point.
Just to remind the viewers, the third point, of course, was bake a cake. Bake a cake.
Yes, I actually take the advice of the government incredibly seriously. Incredibly seriously. So seriously. And I think that people like you, Skinny, are mocking the very fabric of society by demeaning these rules.
I see. I completely. That's fair enough. That is your opinion, and you're more than welcome to have it. You said you were speaking about the third point.
The third point is bake a cake. If the government tells me to bake a cake, I'm going to bake a bloody cake. I'm sorry for using. I'm sorry for swearing. I am sorry for swearing. I don't usually swear, but it's times like this they just make me so stressed, and it's awful. It really, it's awful.
Well, yeah, we had to censor that. If you could refrain from swearing, that would be great.
Oh, fuck, sorry. I really, it's sorry. What?
That's we just have to press the button a load of times, then just refrain. Point number 3. What were you saying about point number 3?
I have baked so many cakes. So many goddamn cakes. The government has told me to bake cakes. I have made so many cakes. I have bought out the shops of the flour and the sugar and the eggs and whatever else you need to make cakes. And I think because I've done that, I'm practically immune to the event. The event is not going to touch me whatsoever. I've done the thing, and I've baked the cakes. That's really what more can you do?
Well, and it's really, don't get me wrong, it's really good, Michael, that you've done the third point, which is bake a cake. The other points you have missed, just reading off my screen here, are screaming, gazing into the void that is the futility of human existence, exploiting the vulnerable, and killing yourself before it gets worse. Why did you only choose to do the bake a cake?
Look, listen, Skinny. I am only one man. I can only do one thing, and I have chosen to bake a cake. Some people might choose to scream. Some people might choose to exploit the vulnerable, but I've baked a cake, and that's all I have to say about it. Goodbye.
Avi, Michael? He's gone. Okay, well, that was Michael on the latest government advice. Yeah, interesting. If you guys have got anything else to say, you know the number. Call in. In the meantime, we're going to look at this. What is this? Ah We by Debmaster Krevin. I think we've got another caller on the line. Let me have a look. Jenny, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. Yes, I'm on the telephone.
Hello, Jenny. This is Skinny here from Covidtown. Pirate Radio. You wanted to talk a little bit about the government advice that's been issued.
Yes, I did, yes. I just wanted to say that the second point of gazing into the void that is the futility of human existence, it's very good. Yes, I've been doing it all morning. It's just made me feel so relaxed.
You do sound very relaxed, Jenny. I'll be honest with you. You sound incredibly relaxed. I'll be honest, almost too relaxed. Are you okay?
Why, yes, Skinny, I've never felt better. I'm usually so talkative, but after just pondering on the temporary nature of human existence, it's made me relax.
Right. Okay. Are you usually? Forgive me for asking, but are you usually like this?
No, I'm a public speaker, Skinny. I usually motivate people to stay alive and be happy, but I just don't have the hankering for that anymore.
I see. This is all from just following the government advice this morning.
Yes. I'm so at peace.
That's great, Jenny. Thanks for running in. We're taking calls all morning on this government device. Feel free to chip in, everyone. Feel free to chip in.
Right, Skinny. It's Peter Rogers here. You remember Peter Rogers? It's me. Peter Rogers. Do you remember Peter Rogers? Yeah, it's me. It's Peter Rogers. Now, on the fourth point, on the fourth point you were just on about exploiting the vulnerable. I've been amazing at that, Skinny. I've been absolutely amazing, because I'm a landlord in Covidtown, you see. I own pretty much all the bloody houses. You know the houses? Do you know the houses? Do you know them?
Oh, you asking me a question?
Yeah, the houses.
The houses, yeah.
Do you know them?
Do I know the houses? Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I know the houses, yeah.
Yeah, you know them. Yeah, I bloody own them, I do. Most of them are bloody mine, mate. So yeah, instead of what a lot of people are doing have been reducing the rent, I'll bloody put the rent up, mate.
You've put the rent up. Why have you done that?
Oh, it's because I need them. Oh, I got a bloody limousine. Yeah, and I keep wanting a longer limousine, so it costs about like £5,000 every time I want them to cut it in half and add more limousine. It's half a mile long in a minute, but I want it to get off 4 miles long.
You've put up people's rent because you want a 4 miles long limousine.
Yeah.
Okay. You understand that a lot of our listeners, I'm looking at the screen right now, a lot of our listeners are not very happy with you, Peter, to be honest. A lot of them are outraged. What do you say, I suppose, to the ethical concerns of what you're doing? You're putting families' lives at stake, people's incomes at stake, people's careers, people's health at stake. What do you say to that?
Look. My limousine is going to be fantastic. It's going to be 4 miles long. I'm going to be able to, because part of it I'm going to fill with water so I can swim in it. And people are going to see that and go, that is a limousine that's 4 miles long. Wow. Just, wow.
I'll be honest with you, Peter, I don't think you alleviated anyone's concerns with that. If anything, you just added to the confusion. If I'm honest with you, that's what I think you've done there. But that's the end of this segment anyway. Sorry, I had to hang up on you there, Peter. So I'm going to play some more songs, and after that, we're going to talk about some of the more local advice about the mayor, and of course the pressing issue of the week, which is the door knockers. But until then, this is Techno My Echo by Kitten, the Red Balloon. Wow. 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 So, the local happenings. Now, do I want this track underpinning? I don't. I'm going to get rid of that track. Hello. Hello, hello. Now, the local advice from the Covidtown government, as we were talking about just before, about the event, I'll be honest with you, and I'm not sure what you guys think as my listeners as well. Not great. I'm not really that into it. It's not helpful. It's not really answering a lot of people's concerns. If anything, it's making stuff worse. But to move away from the government stuff and that sort of news, we're going to the local advice. As you guys know, the mayor of Covidtown has been missing for about 4 weeks now. And we don't really know where she's gone. We've got no idea where she's gone. There's lots of rumours, lots of speculation, lots of everything, really. I don't know any more than you guys do, but I would really be open to have a discussion about it and just to see what you guys think's happened, because it's so rare for someone in such a public office to just disappear like that, and with no trace as well, with absolutely no trace. So, well, first caller on the line is Matthew. Matthew, what on earth do you think's happened?
Right, Skinny. I know exactly what has happened without a shadow of a doubt. Now, the mayor, she has been known to be into what they refer to as science. Now, science makes a good many things, but conspiracies is one of them. So, I personally think, and this is just me, I would say, I think she's been involved somewhat with the event. Now, hear me out. She disappeared around about the same time that the event happened, and well, I'm not saying she caused it. It's a worldwide phenomena, but I definitely think there is something in that.
Oh, so you think she's connected to the event? You think there's definitely like a link there?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I'm a very smart man. I'm a professor at a university I will not name. But I just think when she disappeared, that was the same sort of time as it happened. Have I got any evidence? No, I've not got any evidence whatsoever. Have I got any logical thinking behind it? None that I can think of. Have I got anything else to sort of add on that front that would validate my claims? No, I have not. But that doesn't mean to say it's not true. I just haven't been able to think about how it could be true yet.
I see. Thanks, Matthew. It's a really interesting opinion, and very interesting one. Have we got anyone else? On the line? We do. Oh, fantastic. This is Sally. Sally, what do you think's happened to the mayor?
Well, I think she just got sick of it, to be honest. I think she just got sick of it and ran away. Now, she's a personal friend of mine, of course, the mayor. I met her once at a dinner party back in 1997, and we've stayed briefly in contact ever since, having met someone in a supermarket. Met each other in a supermarket, I should say, about 5 years ago, and we waved at each other, and acknowledgement was passed, so she's a very good friend of mine, if you ask me. And she had a look in her eye, a lost look, a hungry look, but a look that said, I don't want to be here anymore. You know? You know? You know. So I think, she's just a lost soul, a paper bag in the wind. And she's had enough of it, and, don't make me say it, but,
No, I am going to make you say it. What are you implying here?
well, that she, popped her clogs, that she cleaned her whistle, that she polished her curtains, that she scrubbed her walls, that she knocked on her last door. She met a lighthouse, She ate a cow?
I have absolutely no idea what any of that means.
She's dead. I'm saying she's dead. She's dead. She's dead. She's died. I'm saying she's died. I think that's what she's done. She's died.
Okay. Well, that's quite a bold claim to make with no.
You're about to say no evidence, aren't you?
Yeah, I was about to say no evidence. Yeah.
Well, hold your horses, buckaroo, because here's some evidence. My friend told me that was true.
What?
My friend told me that it was true.
That's not evidence, is it? Though that's just your friend telling you something.
Well, it's shut up.
Right. Hello. Hello. And she's gone. Okay, that's interesting. That's okay. Great. So we've got, what have we got so far? We've got that she's dead, and we've got that she was something to do with the event. No evidence, but at least it's something, I suppose. We're gonna go to another song. I think we're gonna go to. Oh God, I can't pronounce this. Just look at your screens in a second if you want to know what it's called.
Hiya, Skinny. Hiya, it's just the mayor here. Just letting you know, I've been on holiday for the past 4 weeks. I thought I'd let your department know. I thought I'd let everyone know. But apparently I'd forgotten to do that, so I've heard there were some conspiracies about me being dead. Not dead, just in the Bahamas. Okay? Okay? Okay.
And that was Sweat Time by Loyalty Freak Music. Uh, Roller Disco Dance Dance. A fantastic name. A fantastic name indeed. As you heard just before we went to the music break, then I got a message from the mayor. She's not actually missing. No, she's not dead. She's just been on holiday. She just forgot to tell everyone. So panic off, I guess. Panic off. I did wonder why the mainstream radio stations weren't covering that. Perhaps they just got the memo. Now we're going to cover something that I guess it's been on a lot of people's minds recently. It's the door knockers. Yes, everyone, the door knockers. I've got loads of messages about the door knockers. Danny, when are you going to talk about the door knockers? Who's Danny? I'm Skinny. Skinny, when are you going to talk about the door knockers? What's going on? What's going on? Now, I've got to say, this advice it's interesting to say the least. The communication we've got, it just says, don't accept help from the door knockers under any circumstances. Okay? So if you guys get any knocks at the door, do not answer the door under any circumstances. No matter what, someone knocks at your door, do not answer. That's just the communication we've been getting. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what door knockers are. I just know they're bad news. Okay, if you guys had any experiences with the door knockers, I don't know, phone in, because I'd love to find out. It's all a bit of a mystery to me. I don't really understand what these door knockers are. But until then, this is Unrequited Attention by Meaty Boy.
I remember my first contact with the door knockers. It were a couple of years ago now, and I was just finishing school, just walking home, and that's when I saw them. Just out the corner of my eye, I was just walking back and heard this little knock. I thought maybe a woodpecker or an aggressive squirrel, but no, it was a door knocker. I saw him there, tapping away. It wasn't my house, thank the Lord. It was my neighbour's house. Gary, his name was. They were just knocking and knocking. His face was like, how can I describe it? It was like a plastic bag. but made out of mice. It was awful. And he just kept knocking and knocking and knocking, and Gary, he didn't answer. Doesn't have any legs, you see. And he just kept knocking, and I've always thought, what would have happened? What would have happened if Gary answered that door? I guess we'll never know.
Right. So, the door knockers, I guess we're never going to really find out what's going on there. Not really, not properly, not fully. I'll keep taking your calls about it, for now at least. But I think it's a mystery we're never going to really answer. There is one thing I kind of want to talk about. One thing I want to talk about before we leave for this evening, before I leave you for this evening and pass you on to the next DJ at Covidtown Pirate Radio. It's the hate raves, guys. Yes, you heard me right. The hate raves. They've been happening in forests and quarries and factories for the past week or so now. And I don't get them. I've never been to one. It's not really my sort of thing, but everyone's talking about it. They're all over social media. I'd love it if someone could fill me in with what on earth they actually are, because I haven't got a bloody clue. But until someone could do that, this is Santuala by Mita Motif.
Skinny. Actually, I go to hate raves all the time. I go to hate raves almost every single weekend, and I have to say, I really enjoy them. I've got a great time. We just sort of stand in the forest, sort of coughing on each other and all that, and sort of coughing on everyone and spitting on everyone and sort of making ourselves throw up on everyone, and everyone's sort of crying, and then we sort of go home and then we do it again the next day. Don't know why we do it really. I kind of hate it, but it's called a hate rave, isn't it? So that's kind of what we do. You wouldn't understand it, mate. You're old, Skinny. You're really old. Yeah, it's just not for you. You, granddad, granddad, bloody granddad, granny, bloody.
Alright. That's my rubbish Matthew McConaughey impression. Well, that's about it for me tonight. That's about it from Skinny. We've covered everything I wanted to talk about. About to hand over to, I think, Metric, who's the DJ that's on next. But heck, I'm going to leave you with one of my very favourite songs, and then I'm going to bow out. So, thank you much, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. I might be here tomorrow. I might not be. At this point, who knows? But keep your ears peeled. And until then, this is Air Gap by Water Features from the album Suburban Temples. A fantastic album. Please, if you do anything today, check that out. Good night.